Hello, my name is Suguru Fujiwara. Today I'd like to interview Rebecca Fromdahl for my class, AOLL 581. Yeah, class is called Theory, Practice, and Challenges of Leadership at the University of Idaho. And I'd like to know the theories I've been learning in the class applies to real life. All right, thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Rebecca has been the director of the Lewis Clark Service Corps for 3 years or more. I don't remember.
Anymore. Yeah.
And she supervises 5 employees, including vista members and overseas 10 to 15 American members. All right. Yeah. And yeah, I have several questions, and please answer.
Okay,
if
sure.
you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so first, before going far, could you tell me about the Lewis Clark Service Corps?
All right. Well, if you're not familiar with the AmeriCorps program, it has been around since 1965 under JFK. Remember, he said, "Ask not what you can do, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." So that's when the VISTA program got launched, and then it was expanded under Clinton in 1994 with the Serve America Act. So it was about that time that Lewis Clark Service Corps, which is now at Lewis Clark State College, got started. So we've been here for over 23 years. And I was a member from 2004 to 2006 in the international department here. And then I became a site supervisor, and now I'm the director of the program. And as you said, we've got people at schools, tutoring, math, and literacy. And then we also have a couple of other VISTA projects. One is the Warrior Pantry here at Lewis Clark State College, which is a food pantry. And then another one is the Kellogg Volunteer Center in Kellogg, Idaho, which gets volunteers to come into the public schools and tutor. So that's what our current projects are.
I see. Yeah. And, since, the Lewis Clark Service Corps is a government funded, so I believe, LC Service Corps has a strong mission statement. And do you have any mission statement problem? What could be gap of mission statement in the real world?
Well, mission statements are very general descriptions, and so they can't always hit on what it is exactly that you do. Since we're at Lewis Clark State College, their old mission statement, or I guess motto is closer to it, is connecting learning to life. And then we just tacked on connecting learning to life through service, which is good, but doesn't exactly describe what we do. And now Lewis Clark State College has a new mission statement, and so we're trying to think about how we're going to do ours to fit in with that. But yeah, mission statements, I don't have any problem with them, and they can be very useful to give a general idea, but it doesn't really describe what you do. For us, we have several different constituencies that we're trying to affect. So first of all, we have children and their achievement in literacy and math. The other one is student food insecurity for the pantry. And then another one would be creating a sustainable program of tutors in the Kellogg School District. So we have to figure out, how do we combine all these things that we really do into one mission statement? And it's difficult to do.
Yeah, you said Lewis Clark State College, they have connected, learning to life,
right?
Same thing, connecting to, learning always, and then, put to the real life. So that might be a good mission statement, I think. Yeah. And, for AmeriCorps, I used to be volunteer, AmeriCorps volunteer for 2 years. And, when I heard, servant leadership, it's really similar to, volunteerism to me. Yeah. So we are closely connected. So, what do you think about servant leadership? And do you think, do you think you use the approach?
I think that my mentors in international and also today modeled servant leadership. They definitely got in and did the work and got their hands dirty. They were on the ground doing service projects with members, and a lot of us like to use Simon Sinek a lot in our training. And one of his books is Leaders Eat Last. And that really describes it, that you're not someone that's above everybody else. You're down there with them, and you make sure that the people who are under you are successful. It's also something I learned from my father, who had a long military career. He would always get in with the people and make sure that everybody was pulling together, including the leader. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next question is, like, I just learned that, three sources of stress from the job. And, one is like economic security.
Sure.
Yeah, and also the absence of job control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and third is accessibility of medical care.
Sure.
And, I was American volunteer, I said. And these three exactly fit into, American volunteer.
Right.
So, I have, like a job itself, it's only 2 years, and also you have to work for minimum wage and minimum wage,
right.
And also like medical care, like what kind of medical care they have, if you get injured, and then who's going to insure and stuff, lots of stress they have to think.
Sure.
So so if American volunteer members come and they talk about these stressors, how would you try to reduce their stresses?
Sure. I think going into the program, when they're deciding, that's the first place. They need to understand what they're getting into, that they are going to have low wages. If they finish their service, though, they get a very generous Ed Award at the end, and some schools will match that. So we try to make sure they know that, at the end of this thing, there is this amazing thing coming. In addition, we try to make sure that they understand how to use our insurance, and that they have different choices for that. It's not a comprehensive insurance, so we try to make sure that they also know where they can get free or low-cost services. Also, the AmeriCorps program now offers something similar to an EAP. So if they're having stressors or issues and that they might not be comfortable talking to us or their supervisor at the site about, they can call that number. And also, we know that they may understand all this, but then in the middle of it, be in a struggle financially. So we make sure that they know about other programs that can help them, including food banks, heating assistance, child care assistance, which is offered through the program. So that's the economic one. And the other one was lack of job control. It's a 1-year commitment. And so, again, at the beginning, they need to understand what the expectations are. And if they're having trouble with it, we work with the site supervisor. And we also try to emphasize what they're getting out of it, which many employers want volunteer experience these days. Also, they're making some incredible connections. And at least for the Vistas that are serving on this campus, they have access to reduced price classes during the latter part of their term. And that can also be a benefit to them. Did I miss anything?
No, you got
okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I said AmeriCorps volunteer, I love to do it, but only 2 years you could do.
Right.
And you have to, go somewhere. But, I always wonder, I worked at the international programs office as an AmeriCorps volunteer, and I decided to go to the higher education field because of that. Yeah, but I was worried too. After I left, who's gonna be here? And then, are they gonna be? I'm not Australia or one thing, but are they gonna be as good as me? And are they okay? Because I was so in love with the office. So so that's why I wanted to ask. What's the principle of consistent with the quality of movement? Like this means, how do you maintain the quality of service to sites? Like you go to the Kamiya, you said, and other places for different people you send.
Sure. I think one thing is, since they're doing a year at a time, 2 years max, is that they get training at the beginning. Also making sure that the site itself has a good training program, and also that the site supervisor, that they're not just getting somebody that we recommend, they're helping to choose that person, and they're interviewing that person, and they're recruiting from within their community. And so they are able to access somebody that they maybe have confidence in. Now, that being said, not everybody is equal. They have different levels of interest in education. They have different reasons for being where they are. And so we try to work with them, and they try to work with the member to make sure that the member gets as much out of the experience as they can, because this is also it's not just a job. This is a member development, or is one of the main focuses here, that it's not just employment, it is a way to develop job skills and interpersonal skills and all those soft skills that many people talk about, not just the hard skills or knowledge of tutoring.
All right, great. Yeah, and last one, who's your boss? And, how does your boss evaluate your job performance as a leader, not only, director? And how do you, that's my question.
Okay. Since we're funded by 2 different grants, I actually have 3 bosses. So here at the college, it's the Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Andy Hansen. And then we also have the State Office of CNCS in Boise for our VISTA program, and Serve Idaho, the Governor's Commission on Service and Volunteerism down in Boise. And so all of those people are my bosses. The 2 for the grants, they evaluate how the program is running and how I'm leading it. They interview members. They do site visits and inspections. And so that piece is evaluated, and then my boss here gets that information and interacts with them, and then also evaluates me. We have a yearly evaluation process that we go through here at Lewis Clark State College.
All right, thank you very much for today.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.